Hi guys, I'm Lee Handford. Thank you for watching and purchasing my video or renting my video. It means more to me than you can ever know. Just want to throw that out there before I even start introducing my model. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a very subtle, shop friendly, soft taper on a forward moving scissor cut and a little bit of creative styling at the end. You can see how simple my scissor techniques are when you start watching this video. So I create the foundation and I start cutting on an angle diagonally. It eliminates the blend from the get-go. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of creative styling. I haven't cut it to manipulate it into any shape or anything like that. I've just cut it just so it sits lovely when he goes home. But I've created, because he's got the length there, I've used and manipulated that into a creative style. And I hope you enjoy it just as much as I did. Let me know if you have any questions, either through the website or through my Instagram, which is LeeHandful_official. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I've said it a million times, but I do appreciate you. Mwah! Bye, peace, love. Wash Dylan's hair with a cleansing shampoo. It is lovely and clean. The cuticle, just the shampoo I've used, so the cuticles are nice and open. So I'll just re-wet it now, and we're going to start by doing putting a foundation line in. But Dylan's going to have a nice scissor cut on the sides, moving forward, keeping the weight on the top and the length, removing some of it so it's out of his eyes, and he's going to have a nice subtle taper. So going from growth pattern, always start your growth pattern with your foundation. Growth pattern to recession. So that is where we would normally take it. But today, because we're going to have a scissor cut on the sides and emphasize the length and the width and the length and the fringe, we're going to take it a little bit further down. Against the natural growth pattern. And the same the other side. Getting that line right, perfect. Noticing how I separate the hair. So thumb is on the end of the comb. As I section through, I pull my thumb the opposite way to the comb and it separates it for me. And then we have a nice lovely wide horseshoe. Leave that there. I'm going to start at the back, but this time, hang on, let me get a clip so I can clip this in. Clip the fringe up. Alright, so what I do, coming from growth pattern, diagonal section, I'm going to determine the length with my knuckles, with my fingers, using line theory. Pulling out. As you can see, the angles of my fingers are here. So I know then that my knuckles aren't tight to the head here. So knowing then that when we move forward and further down the line, it's going to be nice and loose at the bottom. So it's going to be a nice subtle taper. Coming from the top. Connect it into the bottom. And there you have it, your first guide. As you can see, it's nice and subtle. Close the door. Sorry about that, guys. The door was open. Now we're going to work around, right way around, till we get to the front. Taking finger width sections on a slight diagonal angle, connecting it to the section we've just taken from. So there we have it. We have our guide from underneath, from behind. Right way down, behind the ear, so it'll be in the same section. Same again. Pull that forward, pulling this one back, connecting it to the previous cut. Pulling straight out to me, so I'm not over directing it or under directing it, either not over directing it either way. Making sure you got your guide underneath on the previous cut. So on and so forth. Next one, exactly the same. On an angle, connecting it through, matching it, making sure that you have your guide underneath. Angling out again, making sure you got it tight. Tilt it, that's it. Same again, you got your guide here, you have your guide underneath. Guide from the bottom. Same again, not over directing it either way. Coming down. As you get further closer to the front, I'm bringing my knuckles tighter to the head of the bottom. Here. So that's going to allow me to have an easier guide, a better guide for the subtle taper. Knuckles are tight to the head now, this side. As you can see, there's no sections, sorry, I do apologise, there's no lines anywhere, nothing, so that's all maintained, the blend already for me. And then connecting this, the front, into the back. Same again. Knuckles are tight to the head of the bottom. Coming back, just to get those little stragglers that you've missed. Making it nice and tight to the bottom. There you are, so you've got a guide in the front and a guide behind this time. And you have these little overhangs here ready to be taken off with the clippers later and to go around the ear. Maintaining all of the weight coming behind the ear, so when you style it forward you can do whatever you want with the hair behind the ear, so whether you sharpen it off, take it off, or whether you sharpen it or whether you add it into the style. Choice is yours. Same again now, so you're going to use your first cut, your original cut, as your guide, which is here, and then you're going to connect it through to a back section here. So you've got your guide in front this time. Angling into the head. Nice and loose off the head, and as you're coming down to the bottom, fingers are tight. You have a little guide here then for where your taper is going to be. Same again, take a half of the section you've just done, connect it to the one behind it. Over directed that a little bit then. By angling your fingers out this side, this part is going to be longer, this part of the hair is going to be longer. So you're just going to sit lovely and maintain that square masculine shape. As you can see the guide. As I'm taking it off now, see the guide underneath, you can see that straight through the hair. Same again. This may seem like a longer process than using many others, but trust me, it isn't, because all of the blending is done for you. All of the scissor over combs at the end. Obviously naturally you might need to do a bit of refining or whatever, but the majority of it is done for you. So this is how I cut any scissor cut in on a day-to-day. But this is also how I've started cutting my skin fades as well. So I'll do my foundation, then I'll do it exactly the same way as this. And if you lose your guide, so all you got to do is just go back and section it through, like I just lost it then. So all you got to do is go back and forth, see, that's your guide. And then you connect it to the top, to the one behind it. Following it all the way down. All the way down. Knuckles are tight to the bottom now. The reason why I'm cutting like this, with my hands, my scissor cut like that, scissors like this, is because I don't want to overcut my shoulder. So I'm much more comfortable and much more time efficient, life efficient, sorry, for injuries and positioning your body. We're in this for the long haul, guys. We're not here to make big bank at the start. It just doesn't happen as a barber, unfortunately. So that section's done, and now we're going to start doing a bit straighter ones and direct it back over. So I'm not going to move from this section here forward. I'm just going to make sure all of this is connected to the one underneath. So this is pretty much a vertical section. Connecting the top into that one. This is done all the way down. I'm making sure it's done, sorry. This is done all the way down. Exactly the same this way. So now with this vertical, it's pure vertical now. So because I'm manipulating this part, so this is going to be my guide, and then I'm going to end up angling it back round, and I'll be coming forward this way. So this is my guide at the top. Taking the top in, the stragglers off there. Manipulating these in. Knuckles are tight to the head at the bottom. Got your guide the other side. And now knuckles are tight. Now, just coming this side now will be and just connect that through. Your guide is from behind. My fingers are tight here at the bottom. As you can see, we've maintained the weight. Head up for me, look, that's it. As you can see, we've maintained all of the weight coming through, maintained the length coming through here for a nice little subtle taper. Exactly the same here, this side. So whatever you want to do with that then, you can use your creativity or whatever you want to do. Just do a normal plain haircut if you want. This is going to be a normal plain haircut, so I'm literally just going to box it off around the edges after I've tapered in. This is a shop friendly cut. And as you can see, look, as the back's starting to dry, there are no scissor marks, nothing. Now it's going to simply connect the top to the sides. Section straight down the middle. And we're going to do exactly the same thing as you did just now. But this time, the angles of our fingers are going to be determining the shape of the cut. So this time it's going to be exactly the same way of cutting, but remembering that the shape of our fingers now determines the top. So if we were to carry on the same angle as we did before, connecting it through this way, it's going to create an overhang, a more weighted shape. But if we were to bring this up and around like this, you're going to create more of a rounder shape, which this is exactly what, towards the back, we want to be doing. You don't want too much weight there, as it is a shop friendly haircut. So there we are, that's our first guide. So this is our guide through here. This is our, sorry, that's the cutting channel through there. And there we are, there we have it. It's connecting straight, so that's our guide from the previous cut from the sides. And this is how we determine the shape. As you can see, I'm going back, angling that way a bit more. And this will diminish the blend. As you are coming forward, because you want to maintain the weight coming through here, the channel, weight coming through into the fringe, we're going to angle this way a bit more, back out, so then it is determining more of a square shape towards the front. And here, we are literally going to pull down, horizontal cut it back into there. So this now, where you pivot, which way however you angle your hands, is how if you want a box or fringe you come around. If you want more of a weighted fringe like we're going to have here, so a different style where you can style it up or you can style it down, forward and messy, that you want to be coming more out. So I'm going to connect it to the guide I've already got, which is that one there. So that's the connection line, and this is just styling line. And it all just subtly sits in, not a line in sight. Same again. Remember now, this is over directing it, so this is going to create more of a length either way. Now you've got your guide underneath. So because you've over directed it from there to here, and you've pulled back against yourself, that means there's going to be more length here. Here, on this channel here. And just connect this right way through. And comb it all the way through. And that is simple by just, sorry Dylan, you pop your head up. So now this is how you determine your length. So you got your guide here, there. That is your guide. And it's going to be perfect to taking it out of his eyes. Head up for me, that's it. Keep your head up for me, that's it. And I'm going to point cut all of that away. Pulling forward with each section, I am pulling forward and up. I am not going straight up, I'm not coming back, I'm going forward. Guide. Squarish fingers. So I haven't got a level out, so I don't know how actually level they are. As long as you go into your guide. So now you've created another guide underneath. And your guide here. You've got 2 safety blankets. Guide, guide, cut, connect through. Guide, guide, connect through. Simple as that, guys. And as you come to the growth pattern at the back, now the same on the right hand side, and then you should have a little bit of a longer bit in the middle when you're coming through to do the middle bit. Guide. Just to make sure, the guide is here. Point cut it all the way through, and up and back. Up and forward, sorry, not up and back. Up and forward. So again, you got your guide. Guide here. Guide underneath. Connect it through. Same again, same principle, same process, all over the way back. Guide. Guide through the middle. So you are, got your guide here, you got your guide here. Put it back one more time, same again. Got your guide. Scissors I'm using, the Mataki Assassins 5.5s. Unreal scissors. As you can see, unreal scissors. I just chuck a plaster on. Yeah, sweet. And as you come through the middle, you reach around, you got your 2 guides. One there, connect them through. Oh, there we are. Nice and easy. Yeah, see? Cut this part, cut that part. So you get your guide either side. That It's perfectly out of his eyes. Just double check, looking at him. Obviously I'd normally look in a mirror. Yeah, see? Perfectly through. It's going to be a nice weighted, perfectly weighted either side, forward moving scissor cut. That's the scissor work done. So if that was just a scissor cut now, that's all you'd have to do is just shape up. That's what I'm saying, that's how quick it is, guys. And obviously I'm educating this, so I wouldn't have to stop, talk, actually think about what I'm trying to say when I'm trying to say it. So that probably would have taken me 20 minutes, if that. I've already been shaped up and gone. So yeah, very time efficient, very efficient. As you can see, there's no lines anywhere. I will dry this now anyway, just so I can do the clipper work. Alright, so now guys, as I'm just going to dry it into its natural position moving forward, no product at all. I'm just going to dry it all the way forward so I can see everything that's moving, what I need to take off, moving down towards the taper. So there we are. As you can see, there's no scissor marks or anything there. Right the way round. And then you can slightly see what I need to do here. What I need to do here. And what I need to do here. So I'm literally just going to give that on a nice lovely little taper. Subtle, very very subtle. Might go down the skin, depends. I'm going to take a 3 up and through this part here and see what happens with that. I'm going to play about with it by here really. First of all, let me just spray my clippers. Feel nice and lubed. And pump him up a little bit. Just going to check, make sure he's still in screen. And make sure he's still in screen. Yeah. 3 open. I'm going to proper use a C cup here. See my motion? I'm going in and probably creating a C cup. This is maintaining all of the weight here. I'll do that, the back as well. I want to maintain all the weight here, so I'm going to create a C, a semicircle here. With the C cup. This is going to maintain all of the weight. Just doing exactly the same, edging away, edging away, edging away. 3 closed. Come back down against the growth pattern. Dylan has got a mental growth pattern at the back of his neck. length's perfect here, coming through. It's because you've got your guide set from here. So this is your initial guide, and it comes through here, and then you work it back around and you come through that way. So these are all perfectly same length. Yeah, tilt it, that's it, that's the boy. Remember, if your client's not moving his head, just move it into position, or ask them to. Men at the end of the day, well, male or female, they will do it if you ask them nicely. I'm going to put my 2 on, and I'm just going to descend this part right away down, and I'm going to do the nape and I'm going to do the side. So I'm going to work in this section, nape section, side section. 2 open. Two closed. Tilt your head for me, that's it. And do 1 open. Half closed. Closed. You see the weight is maintaining. Obviously as that comes forward and you style it forward, you can feather that out then. I'll feather that out at the end if there's too much weight there. Now I'm going to go down to my 0.5 guard. I'm going to descend all the way down. Open. Half open. Closed. It's down to a 0.5. Half open with the bare blade. I'm just going to chip away with the corner of my blade. Work my way down, fully closed then, right at the edge. You got to think of the regrowth as well. So is this going to look like a line in a few days? That's what you got to be thinking about, because of the weight I've maintained there. Feather that through now, scissor over comb. Way to go. Yeah. Now I'm going to do the other side first before the back. Make sure you guys can see. Really open. Fully closed. So I'll feather that through. Later on, look, you can see how strong that growth pattern is. That's what naturally wants to sit. But we'll work that through with the scissors over comb in a minute. So now exactly the same on a nape. 2 open. Head right down for me. That's it. Remembering the growth patterns, guys, so you got to come against it and everything. So 2 open, just chipping away at it. We want it as subtle and as smooth as possible. Two closed. One open, then closed. Same as the sides, guys, exactly the same as the sides. Half open. Fully closed. .5 guard. Open. Half open. Working with the growth patterns. Fully closed. Fully open. Bare guard, bare blade, sorry. Half open. Closed. Fully open. I only done that way because of the growth pattern, so I concentrated on that part first, because I knew that might have given me trouble, but by the looks of things it's okay. Fully closing all the way around, cleaning up all the area. And now, to clean those gaps there. And what I mean, I keep on saying gaps, guys, what I mean by gaps is, so there's gaps in the fluidity. So how that works in my brain is, if it's not fluid, that means there's a gap, because there's not a gap connecting it. So a fluid like water, so if you put a block in front of a little stream, it's gonna block it. Yeah, so the water can't be fluid right the way through, continuous. So fluidity. So the gaps, or the blocks I'm trying to create, try and connect, is going to be through and clean up all of this area. Right, now then guys, connecting those gaps. So connecting those gaps, I'm going to shape it all off. Sorry guys, I'm going to shape it all up, and then I'm going to scissor over comb these parts to make them a little bit softer right the way through, and then I'm going to style it forward, and then you will have a very subtle forward moving scissor cut, tapered. Yeah. Using my barbless gold FXs, skeletons. So I will, even though this is all going to be covered underneath, I will still shape it up. Like you can see the growth pattern at the front. So it's like a section of this here just wants to go back. That's it. So yeah, just taking away the baby hair. I always start on the front, because you've got a point then to go to. Obviously using the back of the blade as well. Leaves you that nice crisp edge. and creating the C here. You're just going around in little motions, little motions, creating that C. Now what I'm going to do here is connect, get rid of those gaps. So ignoring all of that weight there, because that's going to come off with the scissor over comb. So now it's going to connect this through. So I want to maintain the length. So I'm literally just going to take it up through there, up to the. I'm going to start here. I don't normally do that, but because of the weight and the length here, I'll make sure that it's all connecting through. I've been asked quite a bit recently, do ceramic blades make a difference in the clippers? My God, do they? They just chew through the hair. There's not much difference in the actual shape up, but you know, when you're doing this kind of work, it just goes through, so there's no drag, like the hair isn't moving. Normally the hair would drag with it, it just cuts straight through the hair. And that's it, like that for me. See you there, darling. Bit of scissor or a clipper over comb there. Just take off the stragglers, so that's more subtle coming back. There's a forward moving haircut, I know, but if that's naturally going to sit like that, if he doesn't style it, then you need to make sure that it sits lovely. On to the other side. Sorry guys. So yeah, back to what I was saying, you need to clean right under the t-shirt line. I always say it's one of my pet hates about other barbers. I don't hate other barbers, but it's one of my pet hates. Oh. So, now, just going to go back through, scissor over comb it. Now it's naturally dry. I know I've dried it previously, but it's more naturally dry now. So it's all sitting lovely, sitting how it wants to sit. Now I'm just going to feather it through with my 5.5s. Normally I would use my Excaliburs versus 6.5s for scissor over comb, but tight areas, smaller scissors. Consistently move the comb. I'll show you this side, might be a bit better. Consistently move the comb, constantly move the scissors. So when I was an apprentice, my actual mentor, Charlie, she made me sit there for hours and just practice doing that. So if you're new to the game, I suggest doing that. So yeah, as I was saying, subtly, nicely taking away those edges, not taking any length off, just making sure it's nice and soft. Sorry, I forgot to go hat on, I might be covering it. So as you're cutting with a scissor over comb, you should see the longer hairs come through the comb, obviously, but you can see the stragglers come through, and those are the ones you want to edge off. And keep on moving the comb, I'm moving the scissors with it, getting a nice subtle, so a little bit of point cutting in here in the dark patches. Changing the comb. This one is much better for a scissor over comb. The teeth are better. And it is a YS Park 209. No, I'm not sponsored by them. No, I'm not an affiliate of them. I just love using their combs. It's perfect, it's got a really cool handle on it. And the teeth actually pick up the hair. So because the points in the fatter and narrower helps you maintain the right weight that you were taking off. So now guys, I've re-wet the hair down. I'm going to add some product into it, a little bit of satin, a little bit of essential, which is a little bit of wet, more of like a pomade, and then a matte clay, all made by Ruger, and there's a little bit of salt spray just to keep the volume in as well. So I'm going to spray the salt spray first, not too much, and the salt spray smells amazing. Ruger, made by Alembic. Go and check him out, guys. And Reese Beak, sorry. Reese and Alembic. So, use a bit, about that much of satin. A bit more essential than satin. So the satin is what it does, it gives it the pull. And then the essential gives it the dry look. Pull all of this right away through. Right away through. Put a bit more essential in there. Dylan's got very, very thick hair. I haven't removed any of the weight, as I know he likes it to sit heavy. Naturally added the texture through point cutting whilst removing the length. So, pop you down. Alright, let's make sure you're still in shot. Yeah, boy! Right, so I'm going to dry the sides forward. I'm just going to go with it and see what style that brings me. Keep your head like after me. elevating it here, bring the weight of the side into play. And making sure that the back is square. Just because it's a shop friendly haircut and how he styles it himself is very just plain, doesn't really do much with it. Doesn't mean you can't get creative when you are styling it. Especially if it's got length there. So what I've done there now is I've just rolled the back up, volumized it, bring it through, created that little backdrop through here. Just have a look in that. Oh, I have got a mirror over there as well, guys. Mirror for me is one of the most important tools. I always check my shape. Yes. It's going to be bloody lovely, this is. My Welsh accent coming through there. I'll just create this the other side. It's going to be quite hard because obviously you know about the growth pattern. Hold up the guy again, thank you. Pull these through. Oh, sorry, wait. Right, now then, what else I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the base of my cutthroat, this one, no blade in it obviously, and use this to section it all through and pull it through.